Yeah, hi there everybody at YouTube. And I am Michael Buckoff. I'm the founder, the owner, and the materials writer for all the lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. I'm trying to help my students, give them a knock to punch out the TOEFL. So a lot of my students are working really hard right now. And in this video, you're actually going to hear me talk to some of them. So if anybody out there is looking for an online TOEFL course, if you want to practice speaking and writing and get feedback from a TOEFL writing and speaking specialist, and you do not want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I'm telling you, check out my course. Go to onlinetoeflcourse.com. All right, and that's it. So let's get started. I'm going to listen to my first independent speaking practice test in this video, and I'm talking to one of my students whose name is Khaled. Yeah, hi there, Khaled, and I am Michael, and I'm going to listen to your independent speaking practice test number 72. So let's download your speaking, and then secondly, let me take a look at what this specific question is so I know what it is you're trying to answer. Okay, so we're going to 72. Okay, so here it is. It's what is more exciting to you when you have free time? You like hanging out with friends, or do you enjoy being alone? Alright, so here we go.
It is more exciting to me to hang out with friends whenever I have extra time rather than being alone, because hanging out with a friend is useful and fun. First of all, hanging out with a friend is really useful because whenever I meet my friend, we have a kind of conversation that we talk about a lot of things that happening around us, which might bring some new ideas and concepts to me. In addition to that, hanging out with a group of friends is really fun because we could go to the shopping mall, to the movie theaters, that we can have a good time together, which of course will bring about happiness. That's why I prefer to hang out with friends whenever I have an extra time.
Now usually with the word hang, because it comes after, the G comes after the N, it's not really hang out, but it's just hang out. So it's kind of like the word K-I-N-G, king. So Khaled, when you say the word king, you're not saying king. You're just saying king or hang out. So just remember, when the G comes after an N, you don't pronounce it as much as a G. It's more of a, like in the word sing, singing, hanging. All right, so that was just a minor issue with your pronunciation, but overall I think we have a very good response from you. You did a really good job on that. Let me go to the rubrics here quickly here. Let's take a look at what we have. Okay, so I got it. I think overall, you didn't really have any major delivery issues. You had good control of your language use, and you had an organized response with supporting details. So overall, I think it's a great response. I'm comfortable putting you at 3.1 to 3.3, which means 24 to 26 points out of 30. For the TOEFL speaking, I think it's possible you could get a score 4 on this one, so very nicely done on your part. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and email him. I'm talking to YouTubers now. How are you guys doing? And I'm going to just send this email over to my student so he can get my comments. Give me a quick second here. I don't know. Here, hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Khalid. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this guy, I got a good feeling. I think that Khalid, he, unfortunately, if you want to hear his story, it's crazy. He took the TOEFL twice, and both times he got 24 on the speaking, but he needs 26. So his real problem is it's integrated speaking test number 4 and number 6. He has some trouble speaking about academic information. That's what kind of brought his score down, that put him at the 24 level. But as you can hear, and I mean, he definitely has very good speaking abilities. So the TOEFL is harder than what people think. It really is. You got to do a lot of practice, I think, to get that score that you want. Every one of my students has a story. I'm not kidding you. Everyone who joins my course, they're all trying to solve either writing issues or speaking issues, and so on. Okay, let's go to the next one here. This is Priyanka. Okay, give me a quick second here. I'm going to go ahead and delete something in my computer here. Give me a quick second. I download a lot of their speaking practice, and after a while I get hundreds and hundreds of these files, and I need to get rid of them because it's too much. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Let me talk to this student. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Priyanka, and how are you doing today? And thank you for completing integrated speaking practice test number 1. So I'm downloading it right now. 3, 2, 1.
The notice informs effects of advertisement on people's life.
Now you can't start off like that. You got to start off with some life in your voice. We need that intonation. You got to put some stress in there. When you're speaking, speak as loudly and as clearly as you can, and make sure you're trying to vary your tone. So the way that you're beginning this response, it's just not the right way to do it. Think of it like this, Priyanka. Let's say that you were 30 years had passed and you hadn't seen your best friend, right? Think about that. So 30 years had passed and you had not talked to your best friend, and then for the first time you see your friend. You're going to go up to your friend and go, "Hi, it's nice to see you." You going to do that? I don't think so. You're going to go, "Hi, wow, nice to see you. Man, it's been a long time. Wow, what a joy. I'm so happy to see you." You see what I'm saying to you? You got to put that emotion in your voice. I know you're talking to a computer and you're recording your voice, but you got to have that type of emotion in there. It personalizes your response. It makes it sound more like you, and it helps your delivery. All right?
In political terms, however, the lecture describes economic effects of advertisement on people's life.
Okay.
He further describes.
Let me go back to the beginning.
The notice informs effects of advertisement on people's life in political terms. However, the lecture describes economic effects of advertisement on people's life. He further describes that consumers wouldn't buy products if...
Now, who's he? Now, what I would do is in the beginning say something like this: the reading and the listening passage discuss the political and economic effects of advertising. Then you say, first of all, according to the reading passage, advertising can have political effects on people's behavior. Then you give an example or two. Then say, second of all, according to the listening passage, advertising can have economic effects on consumers' behavior. So what am I telling you, Priyanka? I'm telling you that you want to make sure when you're talking about the information that you're putting the source material, the sources in there. So mention the reading, mention the lecture. You might say the author in the reading passage, the speaker in the lecture claims, and so on.
They are unfamiliar of them. So advertisement can influence on people purchases. As people see the advertise on television, they encourage to buy that product with unconsciously, and without knowing the facts about product, they can purchase products. So it is important for consumer to aware about advertisement influence on real life. The notice.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at the rubrics here. So I think in this one you have problems with topic development and delivery. So delivery, you're not speaking loud enough, you're not speaking clearly enough, you're not varying your intonation really in any way. So that really makes it hard to concentrate on what you're saying. Why? Because you're talking like this the whole time. You're not really changing the tone in your voice. Hi, I am Michael. I come from Mississippi. I lived in Mississippi for 25 years, and I moved out to California. I now live in Oak Hills, California. I've been here for a while. You're kind of speaking, it's almost putting the same emphasis on a lot of your words. You're not making anything higher or lower. It's all the same, and that is a critical problem in your delivery. How do you solve this problem in your delivery? Two things, really. You need to improve your sentence rhythm. You can learn more about that by going to the pronunciation area of my course. In addition, you also need to improve your intonation. Again, you can learn about that by going to the pronunciation section of my course. So topic development, you need that introduction that states the reading and the listening passage, right? Remember that you need to name, acknowledge these sources throughout your response, not just in the beginning or once or twice, but throughout your response, so that we know that you are summarizing someone else's ideas. Your score here, I'm going to put you at 2.0 out of 4, 15 points out of 30 on this practice test. So to get better, you need to make some improvements in terms of how you organize your ideas and also in terms of your delivery or how clearly you speak English. So make improvements in those areas. You will see your TOEFL score get higher. All right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send her comments. Think we're good there. And remember, anybody watching this video, if you are brave enough to join my online course, remember that when you're doing the speaking and the listening practice, I'm direct. If you got problems, you have problems. If you don't, then I'm not going to worry about it. But I will tell you exactly what I think your issues are and then how you can solve those issues. That's how I help my students reach their target TOEFL scores. Okay, let me email this student. So she can get my comments. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and email her. All right, let me go to the next one. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Priyanka again. So you did integrated speaking practice test number 2, and I'm going to listen to it right now. All right, here we go.
The reading passage shows how internet has a negative influence on people's life. In contrast, the speaker discusses positive effect on economic and educational system. In the
So discusses positive effects of the internet. Now, if you want to make it really concise, how about this for saving time? You see, the reading and the listening passage discuss the negative and positive effects of the internet on civilization. That's the introduction. That takes maybe 5 to 10 seconds. You're taking about 17 seconds. So you want to make sure you have enough time to explain all your points. So don't be unnecessarily wordy.
economic system, he present Japanese bicycle company's example and
Now, you need to talk about the reading passage first, and that gives us some context, and then we can understand how the lecture connects to that information. So don't leave out the information in the reading.
he mentioned how industrial technology changed to information technology and it helps businesses to expand internationally.
Now, if you say how informational technology change, I would say changes, or if you don't want to use a simple present, say how informational technology has changed, if you want to use the present perfect there.
In another educational system, he explained how the elementary schools
Okay, so one thing I'm noticing, Priyanka, you're speaking louder this time. It's easier. Your recording is a little bit more clear. Be careful of your grammatical word endings. That means EDs and S-type endings. For example, change, changes. Or if I want to make it past tense, change, changed. So sometimes when you're speaking, you're not clearly pronouncing those grammatical word endings. And if you remember to do that, it'll help you with both language use and delivery.
students can use internet and they can learn better from the information technology.
Okay?
So according to this, both the example, he explained how internet has a positive influence on civilization.
Yes, but and in the conclusion, you say, well, finally, the reading and the listening passage discuss the negative and positive effects of the internet on civilization. Something like that. So in the conclusion, you want to tie together both main points from the reading and the listening passage. Okay? So this one I think was a little bit better than the other one. Your recording was more clear, but you're still not putting that emotion into your voice, Priyanka. I really want you to work on your intonation. So go to pronunciation lessons 36 through 40 to get more information about how you can vary your intonation of American English. If you do that, you will be able to speak more clearly. Okay, on this one, I'm going to put you at about 2.5 out of 4, 19 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send her an email. Go ahead and send this one over. Okay, here we go. Now move on. Okay, I have about 5 or 6 more speaking practice tests. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, my next student is Shrikant, and he has completed independent speaking practice test. I think it's number 15, so I'm going to listen to it right now. Okay, here we go. So let me do this one. Okay, let me talk to him. Give me a quick second. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Shrikant, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. So you're doing question number 15, right? So how have mobile phones changed our lives in relation to some years ago? That's kind of what you're talking about. So what impact have mobile phones had on our lives, right? That's kind of what you're doing, right? All right, let's take a look at your organization here, because this is important. You're trying to make sure that you have everything organized. So cell phones have brought a whole new significance of this technology in order to use to forget our grocery list, and with GPS features are now available. Okay, I would take this first idea. You get too wordy. You get sometimes unnecessarily too many words. Just is something like this. By making our shopping more efficient and by helping us with added GPS features, cell phones have changed our lives today. Then you say, first of all, cell phones have changed our lives because they've made grocery shopping more efficient. Then you develop that. Say, second of all, cell phones have enabled us or changed our lives because of the GPS features. So I think overall, though, you seem to have a little bit better organization here. So let's see what you say. You say, first of all, it was terrible to have a grocery store for picking up some items in the past. I would not say that. Remember, start off with your argument. First of all, cell phones have made grocery shopping more efficient. And then you give your example. Then say, second of all, cell phones have enabled us with GPS features for smartphones, and then you give your example there and you're good. Then you say, as a result, cell phones have changed our lives to make easier with features on all smartphones when related to some years ago. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to how you answered this question. Here we go. Are we going? Did I get disconnected from the internet? No, I'm good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Let me try it again. So I'm recording. Let me try this again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm having trouble making this record or getting this thing to... Okay, I'm going to come back to this. Okay, let me go back to my email, listen to another one here. Okay, I can do this one. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Dilly, and I am Michael, and I'm going to listen to your integrated speaking practice test number 2. So let's hear how you answered this question. All right, here we go.
Reading and the listening passage are talking about the impact of the internet in our global society. The reading passage is talking about the negative impact. However, the listening passage talking about the positive.
No, I would just focus. It's too hard to go back and forth like that. Don't do that. Just talk about the reading passage first in maybe 15 or 20 seconds, then make a transition, and then talk about the listening passage.
The reading passage take the example of 13 years old girls who use the internet excessively and finally victimized from the internet guys. In the reading passage,
So you're having trouble explaining that idea, but the listening passage talks about, I think, a young girl who was in a chat room online, ended up being victimized and sexually assaulted by a perpetrator, right? So you had a little bit of trouble explaining that.
But the listening passage gives the 2 examples which are very beneficial to the human society. First is the use of internet in the business world. If anyone bicycle company in the Japan use the internet for their advertising, and then they run the business globally, and that helps to on a more perfect. Another is the educational tool. Educational tools, we can use the internet for the education in the class and after class. Reading and the listening.
All right, let's take a look at this one. So I think on this one, in terms of, I think you're having some problems with both delivery, also topic development on this one. Both of these things are going to bring your score down quite a bit. Okay, so if we look at the rubrics here, from a topic development standpoint, in the beginning, I'd recommend an introduction. The reading and the listening passage discuss the negative and positive effects of the internet. Then, first of all, according to the reading passage, blah, 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 blah. Then we say, second of all, the listening passage, however, discusses the positive effects of the internet by focusing in 2 key areas, right? You could do that and then explain that, blah, 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 blah. So I think you could organize that, the topic, or organize what you did a little bit better. And then from a delivery standpoint, you're getting better, right? I can understand a lot of what you're saying now, which is better than in the beginning when you joined my course. So I think you are improving your delivery, but you're not quite clear yet, or as clear as you need to be. All right, so I'm going to put you at about 2.0 out of 4, 15 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. So remember, as you're practicing in the pronunciation area of my course, Dilly, I know you're already doing this, but keep doing it. Read out loud as you learn those pronunciation videos, as you practice. You can also do that when you're singing. If you go to YouTube, you can find a song, and then you can practice singing with the singer, and I think that would also help you with your pacing and also your intonation, and maybe even your sentence rhythm if you do that. All right, and thank you for completing the practice test. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send him a message. Send him a quick message. Okay, let's go to the next one here. So I just sent a message to Dilly, so he will get the comments that I just gave him. Okay, we have Mohammed is doing a diagnostic post-test. All right, I got to go to my online course to look at what he's doing here. Give me a quick second. Okay, let's see. He's doing my pronunciation post-test, so part of my job here, this is not easy, is I have to give him one last assessment of his pronunciation as it relates to all the areas of his pronunciation, specifically vowel and consonant sounds, right? If he has any problems, lingering problems in those areas, I will let him know during this particular post-test comments. Also, he's focusing on syllable division and grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and even thought groups and blending. So a lot of different things. So here's a post-test right here. You'll notice he'll be reading these specific paragraphs. Right? So maybe I can make him a little bigger. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and make an audio file for him. Yeah, hi there, Mohammed, and I am Michael, and I'm listening to your pronunciation post-test. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, hold on a quick second. I need to download. Give me a quick second here. Hold on a minute.
When two people are talking,
Got it. Here we go. Got it. So let's listen to the first paragraph that you're doing.
to each other, they tend, when two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart. Each
There, apart. I like how you did vary your intonation a little bit at the end of that sentence.
person has an invisible boundary around his or her body into which other people may not come.
Now here's a problem though. You're kind of making your tone a little higher near the end of the sentence, but it's the opposite of that, Mohammed. What you want to do is if you look at that first sentence, when two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart. So when you get to the end, you want your tone to drop a little bit. Each person has an invisible boundary around his or her body into which other people may not come. So with your thought groups, Mohammed, after each thought group, your tone should go up a little bit, and you have a distinct pause. Then you do the next thought group. Once you get to the final thought group, that's when your tone needs to drop completely. Does that make sense? You kind of have to think about that for a minute. All right, let's keep going.
If someone passes this boundary, she or he will feel uncomfortable and move away to increase the distance between them.
Good.
The major exception is family members and other loved ones.
All right.
This personal distance is not due to the body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual.
Now that last sentence, you want to say it lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship. So you don't want to pause. That is lens. So there's the thought groups and blending you can probably work a little bit on.
Interestingly, the average personal distance varies from culture to culture. Americans tend to require more personal space than other cultures. Therefore, if you try to get too close to an American during your conversation, he or she will feel that you are in his face and will try to back away. Try to be aware of this. So, if the person to whom you are speaking backs away a little, don't try to close the gap.
Okay.
Also, try to avoid physical contact while you are speaking, since this may also lead to discomfort. Touching is a bit too intimate for casual acquaintances.
Okay.
So, don't put your arms around his or her shoulder. Don't touch his or her face, or hold her or his hand.
Okay.
Shaking hands when you are initially met or part is accepted, but this is only momentary.
Okay. Now, I think you might have one more thing I'm going to listen to here, so give me a quick second. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so let me give you some comments. Okay, so overall, I think that you did pretty well on the pronunciation post-test. There's probably one or two things I'd like you to take a look at, right? So I'm going to go into my online course here. I'm going to show you some things that I think you should take a look at. Okay, let's see what we have here. Got it. All right, let's take a look here. So in the pronunciation section of my course, Mohammed, I think you still have not mastered Speak Clearly lessons number 36 through 40 intonation. That's one area, and related to that, I think, is thought groups and blending, lesson 41, 42, 43, and 44. Everything else, I think, was okay, was pretty good. So those are my suggestions. On a scale of 1 to 7, 1 being a beginner speaker of American English and 7 being a native speaker, I'll put you pretty close to 5, say 5.0, 5.1 out of 7 on that. So I think overall you've made a lot of progress, you've worked hard, and I think you did a great job on the post-test. All right? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send him a quick email. Okay, let me do that. Give me a quick second. All right, let me go ahead and send him a message. Now I'm going to try to go over to my Voxapop discussion group just quickly, see if I can do some grading over here. But last time I clicked on it, didn't seem to be working correctly, but let's see what's going on.
Personally, mobile phone have changed our life a lot today in cell phones have brought it.
Got it. Yeah, I think I have one I can listen to now. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Shrikant, and I'm going to listen to your speaking practice right now, right? So let's get right to it.
We will know significance of this technology in order to use to forget our browser list and with GPS features that are now available when related some years ago. First of all, it was terrible to have a browser stored for picking up some items in the past. For example, when we have forwarded browser list or have had to drive all the way back home to get it, and now available on cell phones to have anyone in the home to read the list off to us when available at the grocery store. Second of all, the cell phones have enabled the GPS features of the smartphones. For instance, the GPS features on smartphones help us to check the roadmap where they are supposed to be at destination. As a result, cell phones have changed our lives, makes it easier with all features of smartphones when related to some years ago.
Okay, so I think in this one, you're having some language use issues and some very big pronunciation issues. If I'm not reading this, I'm not going to understand a lot of what you're saying. Your intelligibility is about 50% right now, which means half of what you say I can get, half of what you say I cannot understand, right? So let's read this together, right? I want you to see what it sounds like to have really clear pronunciation. Cell phones have brought a whole new significance of this technology in order to forget our grocery list, and with GPS features that are now available when related to some years ago. First of all, it was terrible to have a grocery store for picking up some items in the past. But I wouldn't say that like that. You're just stating a fact. Say, first of all, cell phones are important because they've made grocery shopping more efficient. Then you give the example. For example, when we have forgotten grocery list or have had to drive all the way back home to get it, and now available on cell phones, have anyone in the home to read the list off to us when available at the grocery store, but that sentence is not even a complete sentence, so you're having a fragment there. You say, second of all, cell phones have enabled us with GPS features of the smartphones. For instance, the GPS feature in smartphones helps us to check the route map where they are supposed to be at destination. As a result, cell phones have changed our lives. I would say here, changed our lives by making it easier because of the features on smartphones related to some years ago. All right, so if I'm looking at what you wrote, I have to make a lot of corrections in your sentence structure in order to make it work, and you're not clearly pronouncing your sounds where other people can understand what you're saying. So what does that mean? For TOEFL speaking, here's what it means. It means your score here, I'm going to put you at about 1.5 out of 4, 11 points out of 30 because of problems with delivery and language use. Topic development, it's pretty good actually. The main thing I would recommend for topic development is make sure when you move to your support points, you're making arguments and not just stating facts, right? So that is something I would say there. All right, so thank you for completing this practice test. And I'm going to go ahead and upload the comments to him so he can get those comments. And that student you just heard, he needs to get 100 on the TOEFL IBT, but it's going to take him about 6 months. He can do it if he's patient, if he works hard, and he keeps studying every day. He will be able to reach his goal, but it takes time for him to solve the language use issues that he has. Once he solves those issues, his TOEFL score is going to go up. Okay, there we go. So I'm uploading those comments to him. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we have one more. We have one of my students, Ruby, is also doing some speaking practice, so I'm going to go ahead and listen to her response. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Ruby, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. So I hope you're having a great day. And in your email you say, thank you for teaching me the rule of the voice of consonant sounds in the end. It is great learning. I did not have any concept regarding consonant sounds before I attended your course. Perhaps it's because this is not my professional area, but I will listen to part of your videos a few more times. Then I continue lesson 15, so please let me know your feedback. You say, besides the video attaching to Speak Clearly lesson 3, is the same as the video within Speak Clearly lesson 4. Is it correct? Maybe. You have to kind of look at them. I might have made a mistake and put 2 of the same videos on there. So you're saying lesson number 3 and lesson number 4. I'll have to double check on that. Okay, so you're... Yeah, I think I went dark. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes my internet disconnects. Let me double check one more thing here. I need to see if that one practice test uploaded. Looks like it did not. So I need to do this one again. But I've already listened to it, so I'm just going to record my message. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Shrikant, and I am Michael, and I just listened to your independent speaking practice test number 15. And what you actually wrote, there's quite a few language use issues in there. You're having some problems with basic sentence structure, and that's affecting your language use. And also with your delivery, you didn't really clearly pronounce a lot of the words that you were saying, so it became difficult to understand what you were saying. So on this one, I gave you a score of 1.5 out of 4 or 11 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right? And thank you for completing that. Okay, let me go back to my email now.
In particular, the advantage of rehab on...
Okay, so now I'm going to help one of my students with pronunciation here. See if I can figure this one out. Okay, here we go here. Let me find out where she is. Okay, here we go. So she's kind of practicing some tongue twisters here is kind of what's going on. Okay, let me get my... Yeah, hi there. These comments are for one of my students, and I'm listening to your pronunciation practice right now, so let's see what we have. Okay, here we go.
In particular, the advantage of rehab on horses right now is that the horse remotely has the chance of obtaining full eyesight after being blinded by lightning.
Good pausing. I like how you paused after eyesight. That was good. So you're getting comfortable with your pacing. And that's important for your TOEFL speaking.
The health in Morley's hand was low.
You want to say Motley's. Don't forget the S. The health in Motley's hand.
Lost because his company was not able to provide him a lucrative health care policy to cover the surgery.
Okay.
Consequently, the high cost of the electricity was so huge that the investors in the company...
I would pause after huge, not after that. Say this, consequently, the high cost of the electricity was so huge that the investors in the company were entirely caught off guard. So be careful about your pacing.
Were entirely caught off guard. Rehab needs to all read that the California condor
No, you want to pause before that noun clause. Say this: bringing happiness to all who read, that the California condor would no longer blah blah blah.
no longer be brought to extinction. The footnotes on the bottom of the page were perhaps the most fruitful part of the research paper. Intellectuals, however, shop at Gottschalk's department store.
Good. So overall, you're focusing on three sounds here. You're focusing on the H, the glottal stop, and the T. And for the most part, I didn't notice any problems in those three areas. You seem to be doing pretty good on that, right? You did have some minor problems with pausing, as I pointed out, but that's it. All right, thank you for completing this particular practice test. Do you guys see that? That when you have those words like that or because and you're speaking these things, you want to make sure you have good pacing, which means you know when to pause, right? And how often you should pause. That's all important. It's very important for your TOEFL speaking. Okay, I'm going to send her a quick email. Yeah, I'm trying to record something over at my VoxyPop group and it's not working. Yeah, this guy struggled. He's been struggling over the last year. This is not my website. I use somebody else's website so students can upload speaking practice. They can either email it to me or they can do it here. When they do it here, sometimes it doesn't work very well. Yep, and I tried to record it again, it didn't seem to work, so. Okay, we have one more speaking practice to do. Yeah, hi there, these comments are for Khaled, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT, and I'm going to listen to your speaking practice test. Give me just a quick second. Okay, let's go ahead and download it and listen to it. So you've been doing a pretty good job. Now, why aren't you doing the integrated speaking practice, right? I think, if I'm not wrong here, that's something that you want to work on, right?
I prefer to give presents to others during special occasions. Because it gives a good message and it makes me feel happy. First of all, giving presents to others, especially my friends, gives a good message, a good impression to them. It shows them that I'm a good friend who always remembers his friends. In addition to that, giving presents to others makes me feel happy because they will feel happy when I give them the presents.
Okay.
That's why I prefer to give presents to others whenever there is a good occasion to do that.
Good. I
prefer to
don't.
give presents.
I
to
don't have any
others during
problems with
special
that. That was a
occasions
good.
because
That was a very good response, Khalid. So, looking at the rubrics here, I'm going to put you at 24 to 26 points out of 30, 3.1 to 3.3 or higher out of 4. So good delivery. You're speaking clearly. You're pausing appropriately, right? And you're changing or varying your intonation. So those are all good things. Good control of your language use, and you had a nice organization with some supporting detail. All right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send him a quick message. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm just about done with that. Okay, it's time to eat. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Grab something to eat. Put this in the microwave right here. Yeah, I'm going to grab, see this? I got this. My wife made this yesterday. Whoa. Yeah, Dewey. Yeah, the P sound, especially when it's at the beginning of the word, you have to make sure when you're pronouncing it, you pronounce it with enough air like this. So if you go people, let me show you this. When you say the P, watch this. People, put, pot. So the main thing with the P, especially in the beginning, you need to force enough air out of your mouth when you say it. So that's a good tip for the P. We call it a bilabial consonant sound, which means there is a lot of air with that particular sound. I got to teach a class in about 45 minutes. Which is why I'm eating right now. Alright, you guys at YouTube, I got to start getting ready for my class, so I'm going to finish eating. I'll see you guys later. I do live streams almost every day now, so I'm usually doing something on the internet. Alright, bye-bye everybody, have a great day. And remember, there's 3 things to get the best out of your TOEFL study, right? A lot of you guys are using my online course. Remember, sleep. Get enough sleep. I recommend 8 or 9 hours a night. Number 2, have a good diet. And number 3, exercise regularly. If you can do these 3 things, it helps you study more effectively. Your brain will be better. All right, bye-bye.